Greetings and good times. Today I'm going to try something a little different. It's essentially going to be along the lines of what I did with Dungeon Alchemist. Um, but I keep wanting to make a campaign for tabletop RPGs, and I generally don't have the time that I want to put into it. So I'm going to work it into the stream schedule as a, as a fun workaround for myself. Um, so I'm going to be building a campaign from scratch, essentially. And hopefully people might be interested and like it. So let's see if I've set up everything correctly. Because today we're going to be learning Inkarnate to make a map. I do realize that I'm going to need, not you, because there's no music, because I'm not playing a game. So let's put that on. And then let's create a new map. I've had a look at a few of these, and since I want to create the world map first, I'm not going to go for the parchment style, as nice as it can be. I'm going to go to the fantasy. And the idea that I want plenty of room. So I'm going to do it slightly taller. And then I don't want it like fully double the width. Let's do that. It's going to be a big map. I don't know if you can change it later on. That's the wrong way around because I'm stupid. Let's go back. Create new map. Let's see. Choose style. Custom. 90. 50. There we go. Very large map. Standard controls, middle mouse button to move. Masking tool, create your land masses. Well, I'm just going to shrink it down a little bit bigger, maybe. Because the way that I want it, I want... This is going to make the flat earthers have a field day. I'm going to have an ice wall, because I already have an idea of how I want to have the world. The basics of it, essentially. I want to have all the continents and that down here, but I want an ice landmass. This is slightly over the equator, essentially. The world is going to be a little bit different than ours in how it's made up because of physics. But essentially the equator will be about here. So this is just over the lip. Because this side isn't going to see light at all. And it's essentially for future expansion of the campaign. But that will come later. And then on the flip side, I want down here, basically, I'm going to put in a landmass here, but it's not going to be there. And at this side, or can I copy this? No, I can't select it at all. The brush tool, I know, because I essentially want it not part of the map. So like, this is void. And when I essentially import it, and that might work better. Subtract. When I import it, this won't be here. Oh, that's so much nicer. To make it sort of spherical, in a way. Kind of like how the map of the Earth is like this, and I realised I did that the wrong way around. Okay. And I do have some channel point redemptions that I'm going to unlock in a minute to do with this. They're not equal in any regard. But again, I can do this properly in like a paint program later before I import it into a world. That'll do for now. I can clean it up at some other point. Okay, while I'm here, let's just make this all snow so it's easier to be understood. But I'm going to just add little bits here and there to add a little contrast. Because I already know what sort of races might be up here, and this needs to be the same size. That'll do. Maybe. Have like a little peninsula somewhere. Mask use, all ice. Good. And now we need to do the continents. Which I'm not entirely sure how I want to build them. I don't know if there's like an auto generation. That could have been fun to see what it comes up with, and then I edited that. But I want to have like 7 or 8 continents maybe. Because how I'm going to run it, oh, this is one continent, so that's fine. How I'm going to run it is I want different locations to represent different elements. And I want 8 elements. So we have the ice here. This, on essentially the pole, is going to be desert. Parchment. Swamp? That looks more like sand. And is there anything that they list as sand? Probably not. Desert. So, can I put text in just... Oh, I have layers. Can I add a layer? I don't know how this works. I'm not sure I can add any layers to it. I also should say that I have premium. What I'm going to do is save. That might be a good idea. Shortcuts. Is there a layer? Move up and down, switch to foreground and background. I don't think there's a proper layer. But I have objects here. Oh, text is over here. Just gonna put this up as that description. Can I copy it? That would be nice. I can duplicate. earth. Then duplicate. We need, although that could be fire as well. We need fire. I need to stop pressing enter. Duplicate. Water is fine. Water could be anywhere in the sea. But it would be nice to have like a continent to do with water. So fire, water, well, water, fire, ice, wind. Earth. Well, let's move you down. I'm going to put everything in the right order. Because there is an order. Although, text 24. Let's change that. This is a big map. I did not realize just how big. 12. 12. 12. 12. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What am I missing? Lightning. So, fire melts ice. Oh god, that's awful to select. Fire melts ice. Ice chills wind. Wind erodes earth. Earth grounds lightning. Lightning shocks water. And then water douses fire. So I'll roll these down. These don't have to correspond to continents that I'm building. It's just I need locations for all these and then 2 others. Duplicate. Light. These are going to be over here. Duplicate. That's because when I basically started building a campaign ages ago, but never got anywhere with it fully because I was mostly building a rule set. But I decided to scrap most of that because it took far too much work and it would take too much balancing, and I just don't have the time. So what I'm wanting to do is make a campaign for Pathfinder 2nd edition and try to incorporate all of these into there. So now we need more terrain. Although all the information's up there to a certain degree. Oh, that's background. Okay, so oh, that's cool to know. This is classed as the background, the water. Awesome. Which meant I didn't need to do this. I could have done it in the background layer, like this. Okay. I'm still gonna overlap it. Okay. Now we need some terrain. I'm gonna subtract you a little bit and work slightly smaller scale. Well, not subtract, add. Right. So I have. I'm going to count this as a continent, but I'm not counting this as one yet. Although I may, because this is essentially just going to be a wall of ice and then horrible land to live on. So let's just wing it. Oh, I have an idea. Subtract you. I want you there. And I need you a lot smaller, like 10. I need you to join, please. Thank you. And then it's because of the rough shape. Okay, let's do it this way. I'm gonna remove a bunch of you. And then I'll roughen it up later. So now let's just join it properly. But I do want the lake. Like a huge, almost an internal ocean, essentially. Because if this is a continent, like a great lake. Let's turn you up a little bit. Probably don't need to really do this, but why not? Because I'm going to have like the map of the world, which is this, and then I'm going to have a big, a zoomed in version of each continent to get like countries and nations. Essentially just winging it in design. I might want one that's actually connected up here, because I think that would be fun. To have some sort of... Because I know what's going up here, and they would always be under attack, essentially. So this might be like a war-torn nation. Do you want to do some of the masking? Shrink the size. Arm on the background. Did not mean that. Undo. Foreground. No, I liked the softness. It doesn't have softness on there. Okay. And then I'll be able to paint in whatever I need. I'm just getting certain land masses done. I'm just making them look a little bit different. And then I can go and change them later on if I have an idea. So I am going to remove this one though. As cool as it might be to have something going off either side to join up, it's kind of a hassle. And then I do kind of want to have the effect of essentially like Pangaea having broken up to create everything. I do want to have similar. I need to change to you to get rid of that. Oh, no, I want rough. I might remove most of that though. So essentially just have a bunch of continents and then work out what I want. Hi, welcome in. Death or Death 25. I'm gonna go with Death. Could be Death there, maybe. But anyway, welcome in. Yes, there will always be a place for a Kraken. Okay. So this is not going to be connected, so I need it sort of connected this way. That's a nice thing. Consider saving your work. Sure, let's save it. Should also point out that I've paid for Inkarnate as well. So I will have access to the premium features. So if that went there, that would almost connect. This can be just a horrible mess. This might be like volcanic islands to satisfy the fire. I've not actually played Pathfinder, but I've played a lot of 5e, and I played the Pathfinder games on PC, and I love the customization. That I want to get into Pathfinder, especially 2nd edition, because I've been reading through it a lot. With the whole Wizards of the Coast thing, I think it's time for me to change over. But I want to build a campaign. I just never had the time. So I've decided to put it into my stream and essentially build a campaign. I'm going to have channel point redemptions for people to name places or have ideas or inputs if need be. Just so I have time, so I can maybe actually run a game. So I'm just world building right now, but rather than put it on like creative, I decided to just put it on the category is Pathfinder. So people kind of know what I'm doing. Ooh, the stamp tool. Okay. Right. So I think I am going to have this as volcanic in nature. Wasteland's probably not. Fact. How do I get out of the texture catalog? Oh, there. Okay. Are there any volcanoes? Stamp tool. Open catalog. Okay. Volcano. Haha. There is a volcano. I'm going to shrink you down though, because yeah, I always like doing homebrew worlds as much as it is having nice as having access to all the information that like Wizard of the Coast or Paizo have supplied. I do like building my own. I'm not gonna lie. Objects on layers with higher numbers are painted on top. Okay. Rotation, opacity is gone. Because it's a little bit transparent, but it might just be the size of it. Maybe if I do the brush tool and just put some of this on in the foreground. I think with me, I'm fine with Pathfinder and learning the rules. It's a lot to take in, but I love that. I love having all the options that it gives and having a lot of well set rules. Like, one that I was talking to my friend is the fact that you have an action to point out something, which I like that that's an action. You know exactly what you need to do with it. If you want to tell your allies, look, there's a hidden enemy that I've spotted there. But yeah, I love the customization. I have built a character that I want to play if I ever play in a game again, but my time zone is a bit, well, my time zone's not wonky, it's the available time that I have and the fact that most people don't believe me. Why are they transparent? No, I'm British, but I'm essentially running on the Eastern Standard Time. So I finish work at 10 p.m. my time, which is 5 p.m. Eastern. And most people, a lot of Americans don't believe me when I go to sleep after them. But the problem is that I need to, if I ever get a group, it generally needs to be an American group, and most of them just don't believe that I will make everything. Filters. Why is it so transparent? Or is it just because I'm working on that layer? Oh, I guess I could flatten it. Which I don't want to do. Okay, let's just delete that. I am going to get the mask tool and not the mask tool, the brush options. Yeah, the brush tool, sorry. That looks a lot better because it's darker on light. Okay. Well, this is going to be my fire. This is just a quick outline. So I've got of my options. Here's fire. Here's earth. I'm basically having like starting locations, but they could be elsewhere. Water, literally anywhere. Ice, probably here. So then you have safety to get to somewhere. Wind, I'm gonna have probably between locations. Lightning is a weird one to do, but I essentially just need a thunderstorm, then light and darker elsewhere. Because my campaign idea is essentially an isekai. I basically want people to have characters that have come from literally anywhere except for this world. So then it's a big discovery for people. Because I think discovery is fine if you can do it really well. Sometimes people go far too heavily with discovery campaigns and mix a whole bunch of survival, and it just complicates and bogs down everything and slows everything down. But what I want is your character will be able to come from anywhere, but they'll have to have died. That's the only caveat. They could be essentially from Warhammer 40k and have died in battle, then they get reincarnated here. So they might have a vastly different idea of things than, say, someone, I don't know, who came from, let's just say, D&D. If they came from that sort of world, they might have more of an idea of magic and stuff, where 40k would have blood for the blood god, skulls for the skull throne, milk for the cornflakes. Light, I'm probably going to do here because I'm thinking this is probably going to be one of the major powers. One of the major trade hubs, even though this is more central. Darkness is also a weird one to have, but I could just have them underground. Because I always like mixing in 8 elements to each other in every campaign idea that I have. Because they all have an order to them, as I've said earlier in the stream, but people weren't here. Fire melts ice. Ice chills wind. Wind erodes earth. Earth grounds lightning. And lightning shocks water. And then water douses fire. So basically there's just an order to everything, then light and darkness are just opposites to each other. So I need to decide what to do with all this. I am going to unpause, well, actually enable that one. So there's a new channel point redemption, but it's quite a lot, so new time viewers probably won't have the points because it's to name a continent. 3, 4, no, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I need to change that to that. Okay. And then we just start designing. And I think I'm going to start over here with the stamp tool. I don't want that. Okay. Go back here. Brown hills. Yay. There's so many things. Elven. If it's going to be the seat of power, it's with how I'm building things, it's going to have 3 core races. So it's probably going to be elves, humans, and dwarves. It's probably where I'm going to have things. So we've got elven icons, human buildings, human icons. Okay, so it's just the icons I need. Although I could just generalize it with these. A dwarven capital. And dwarven icons there. This is a learning thing for me as well. Ooh, mountains. How big are the hills? Not big, especially if I've shrunk them down. Okay. Oh, that is nice, how it just paints them in. And alternates them. Oh, that is really, really nice. I do want an mountain. Might be too big. I could probably scale it later. Okay. Probably want to. Oh, there is a hill that's in the middle. That. So I'll probably have like a dwarven city here. The humans are going to be on the port. And I just realised that there is an ad playing. Temple human capital. It's way too big. Yeah, humans are going to control most of the territory, I think. Actually, no, it makes more sense for the elves. Control a decent chunk of territory. Simple trees. Ooh, a world tree. Ah. I like having the idea of a world tree. Not jungle. Trees. I am going to scale you up a little bit. Maybe too big. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna have the major powers be on their own locations. Yeah, I know what I'm gonna do. Dwarves are gonna be... do I have the dwarves here or do I have them there? So I want all this. Which would make sense to have the most hills. Actually, dwarves up here. They can have their own conflict. The humans will be over here. Okay, so I'm gonna have like some of the major races sharing to a certain degree, but I think it might make sense to have the human capital around here maybe, but I need it smaller. That doesn't look as good. Kind of need the map a little bit bigger. Let's put you back to 50. Gonna have the human capital here because it's a port city. Although I really don't need to have all the cities on here. I can do that elsewhere because this is a world map and I'm gonna have zoomed in versions. Like I'm gonna have a map for this nation, a map for this nation, map for this nation, and this one. Oh, this continent, a zoomed in map, so I can do more detailing that way. So yeah, I think I'm gonna do it that way. So I don't need the cities. I just need the terrain. I think that's how I'm going to do it. So the humans are going to be here. The dwarves are going to be here. I think. I kind of want the ice location there. Could have ice and... oh, that's the earth. So many decisions when you're just trying to start building a world. Let's commit. Let's wing it. Okay. So major landmarks will be like a lot of mountains, a lot of trees. So you... Yes. 190. Oh, wait a minute. Objects on layers with higher numbers are painted on top. Nope. Get rid of you. Make all of them. Which I'm probably going to delete a lot of them. Hi FLC fan, how are you today? I hope you're well. Let's delete them. Yeah, how are you? Welcome to the madness of building a map. I still think they need to be bigger. or learning how Inkarnate works. So because they're in the foreground, these need to be that. Okay, and then go back here. Select you. Essentially have a great forest. I also should probably change this. Not the swamp, no. Darker land. Wait, why did that go that colour? Yeah, definitely don't want it red. I think it's because the tree itself has a deep colour. Okay. Just gonna paint all over this, and then I can change that to lighter if I want. I figure it matches a little bit better. I'm gonna have a little bit of a lake in here. So essentially, most of this is going to be kept forest because elves. And I'm mixing some more trees just to make it look different. But I'm thinking there might be a foothold somewhere of some other race in certain locations. Swamp tree, no. Do I want World Tree 2 instead? Down to 4. Except for that itself, put you to 5. And then brush tool. No, I want it dark. I really want it just like black. Oh, hang on a minute. Advanced settings, filters. Whoa, the hell? Oh, it just... I got scared then. Let's just save a quick second before I screw something up. Yeah, I just want it darker. Maybe not that dark. Just so you don't know exactly what's going on there, but it makes it easier to see the tree itself. That, however, needs to go to 4. Easy way. That's all them. Deselect you. Change you all to 4. And then I need to change these to 5. There we go. Now it's not being hidden by some of these trees. Okay. I do want brush tool. Just add some differences. In fact, maybe have that a little bit frozen. I do need. Are there any? Don't want trees. What do you have in nature? Clouds. Ooh. Clouds could be good. Found out where I might have water. Although I do want... No, I'm going to put you up here. Rather than have it in a major area. Because these can always swing around. And it can essentially provide protection from whatever's up here from going south. Well, technically south. Okay. I just realised I wanted to do the opposite way around. I wanted this to be towards the South Pole, but I can flip it. It's fine. I need to get rid of the tree that's in the water. Let's get some more mountains. This is going to be very dangerous terrain up there. Hills. Snow hills. Right, this map doesn't have to be as detailed. Oh, maybe I shouldn't have. Oh, that's all the. Right, okay. Icebergs. That's kind of what I want. Oh god, that's huge. I want small flat ice, but I think if I do it on the background with a different colour, like if I do it you. I don't think I like that because it's not as soft as what I want it to be. But I do want some locations to be just ice and not solid ground. That's way too bright. What about you? No, I'm not liking that at all. Where's the water? Is it this one? No, that's too dark. This one? No, that's too light. Which is the default water? You'd think it would be... Oh, maybe it's water 1. No. You know what? Fill background. There we go. It's all the same water, and we know which water it is. And I kind of like it better than the other water. I'm not gonna lie. Okay. Oh, I'm still on background. There we go. So it's not all the same colour. Let's see. See, that's really small. Basically using bushes instead of trees to just add something different. Was that the same one? No, that was a different one. I could also have this mixed in to add a little bit more colour. Are there any autumn trees and others? Oh, fall trees. Just to add a little bit of colour. So it's not all the same. And then I'm going to have the opposite in the other locations. I love that it randomizes so much. It's such a nice feature. Just to add easier placement for the essentially player or DM. Although I have a lot of trees here. And then this is for a reason. They're gonna have a problem. Probably should delete you though, because you're in the ocean. Brush tool. Water grey. What? I want to add like a dead land area for this place. Then something went horribly wrong for them. And it might be spreading. It's always a nice idea just to add something ever so slightly different, and then later on you can be like, oh, I could do something with that area. Yeah, this is going to be the Great Forest for the elves. And Great Forest. Let's have the bushes in again. I've made a lot of changes. Have you ever thought about saving your work? Maybe. Okay. I will probably come and touch this up later at some point. I made 528 changes because of all these trees. Let's work on the dwarves a bit more. It would help if that was in front. Actually, let's just change all of you to 3. So I have some wiggle room. Hills. And then I need to change the floor of it to a grey. Maybe not so much in here. I am going to delete these hills though. And that one and that one. Okay. And then brush tool to make it look a little more inhospitable. Which means I also need to delete them. And then I'm going to look to see if there's any hills that are grey. In here, hills, dark hills. Maybe I should have shrunk them down to what the others were, around 60, 70. No, I did not find the path yet, Magnum. Will you help me find it? How are you? I hope you're well today. We're just designing. I need some trees. Actually, they are going to be number 4. Well, I wear glasses, so I'm screwed either way. Are there any snow-covered trees or anything? Ooh, yes. Awesome. Some of these in to give it a little bit of color. Probably want the dwarves to have some cliff edges with them being on a mountain. So maybe... Are there any cliffs? It's loading everything now. Cliffs. That's the battle maps. Desert cliffs. Looks like there aren't, but I might be able to use... Oh god, that's huge. I might not be able to use this because it need to be like this small. That just doesn't look like anything. Okay, so I might have to try and improvise. How am I going to do that? I think I'm going to delete these trees for now. I'm going to keep the hills. And then... how to do this? That's all a defined layer. Because I kind of want it to be like the White Cliffs of Dover. Which would need to be probably ice or snow. Or land white. Or the Cliffs of Insanity. Okay. No, I didn't want to subtract, I wanted to add. Here. No, that's... Actually, I could work with that. I should probably just shrink that so I can work with it a little bit better. This needs to be mostly stone on the top. It's not going to look how I want it to at all. Path tool, note tool, grid tool, filter tool. Let's go back to stamps. Because that's the only cliff that shows up other than that, and these are huge. Also, the kind of the wrong way around. Problem is when it gets down to here. So I don't think that would look... it might do because of how it is. It'd have to be more vertical. Let's try it and see how it looks. I would just like it to be like half the size that it is. Not that you'd be able to really notice too much, just that it's a cliff. What was that, 30? Let's just make it 35. 35, not 356. Or can I just them all? Hmm. Kind of want to see. And if I add. No. Undo, undo. I'm gonna keep it like that for now. Kind of still looks dumb and how I don't want it, but at the same time, I don't have any better ideas right now. And it's only the world map. If it was the country map, I would be looking for a solution. But anyway, this is going to be miles and miles and miles and miles of cliff face. I'm going to have a quick drink. Do I want this? It's darker. You want patches of stone just intermingled. Oh god, that's tiny. It's also the wrong layer. Oh yeah. Yeah, this is very hilly terrain. Still with them. They're way too small. I like you, but a little bit over there. I do really need to find a darker green. Probably not swamp though. I mean, I could always change it myself. Oh, I do like that green though. I do need to add like more definition to other places. But for now, we've got dwarves all sorted, elves and all their stuff. Should probably add some hills in here. That's what I'm probably missing. Nope. Just to make it a little bit fleshed out. What if I do number 5? Hiding some hills all over the place. Is it showing me what I've selected? It's a lot. Just delete you. I really need to sort out this. This is going to be like volcanic lands, hence the weird shape. Essentially erupted and formed all the islands. Which means it needs to be a lot of volcanic. What are you listed at? Wasteland black. Not really a wasteland, but let's just paint it all as this colour and go from there. I'm gonna make the center a bit thicker as well. That's easier. You moved there. Kind of have a super volcano here. Okay. What type of mountains do we have? I could have used these. Ooh, mountains light. Ah. I'm gonna lie, I kind of like that. It's kind of like obsidian. Which would make sense here. This is going to be a very inhospitable place. Inhospitable. Inhospitable. There we go. Words are hard in the morning for me. But I got there in the end. Is there... No. I can do control and V and control. Oh, okay. Let's try you. Why did you get so much bigger? Just right. The volcano needs to be the biggest thing around. Is the important thing for me here. I don't want it all just duplicated like that. I want it to be randomized. How big are you? 62. Let's do things at 50 for now. Okay. Okay, and then we need... Ooh, mountains red could be fun. But I want them smaller. Now it's hidden the volcano. One second, I'm just going to change. No, I didn't want to select the text. All of these are now 3. There's a volcano in here that's going to be 5 or 4. And then, actually, these are going to be 4. So they appear in front of the volcano. And then we're going to take the mask tool, the brush tool. It's not going to be that big. And paint in some red. And then we go a little bit lighter in some places. Because I'm going to place some more volcanoes around here. Just they're going to be smaller than this one. No, that was too much of a click. And actually, that would have been nice if brought to the front. Maybe. Oh, let's get the volcano. Duplicate him. Oh, were there any other volcanoes? There might have been. Volcano. These are kind of what I want. they're all the same. Okay. So copy and paste, shrink down. 3. Copy, paste, and we need one of each. Wait, well, green? We don't want green in this place. You to the... you're too much to the front with this. I'm really liking Inkarnate, not gonna lie. It's so easy to use once you're getting used to it. No, I want to copy and paste. A flip. Add something different. Maybe make you a little bit bigger. And then you're on the wrong layer. Horizontally, shrink down. Put you on 4, put you on 3, so you appear behind it. Actually, I need another volcano, probably. I'm mostly using the volcano now for the smoke effect, although I can add more smoke manually myself, maybe. And I can add clouds. Why are you that color? Okay, so needs to be you. Morning, Memento. Yes, Inkarnate. How are you today? I hope you're well. I'm building. Are you not 3? And then let's have some more of these at 3. Ooh, not seen that one yet. That's why I like it now, because it's all random in some regards. Need to take that volcano and make it number 3. But yeah, I have a channel point redemption open now. I could probably open a couple more of them. At least I think I do. Let me check. Yes, I do. Let me open this one. And I think that's going to be it for now until I move on to a closer map. But essentially, I'm going to have a bunch of channel point redemptions. Each one is like a limit of 1 per day, and then there's a maximum limit on some of them. And some of them are quite expensive, not gonna lie. But that's because of the size of the thing that it's going to impact, essentially. If I'm building a world, I've basically got a channel point redemption to name an NPC. These ones aren't unlocked. Name an NPC, name a village, name a town, name a city, name a country or a nation, and then 2 that I've activated are name a landmark. So you could name like the world tree here, something, or the big volcano, the mountain range, and then name a continent. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 continents to name. This one doesn't count because it's essentially just a massive ice wall. No, it's not a flat Earth. That's why it's curved here. But essentially, this is the Dwarven lands, Elven. God knows what I'm going to put down here. Probably elementals, maybe fire, maybe some other poor creatures down here. I do want... let's put one of you. Shrink you down. And I have a spreadsheet to keep track, so even if I need to change the name later on, I can just message whoever. But I think this is either this one or this one's going to be humans, mostly. And monsters and monster races and that lot won't count. This is just the predominant race that's going to be on each continent, essentially. So now I just need to make other locations. I already have a desert. I could probably just knock the desert stuff out real quick. But I might want to change its shape. But I think I'm going to change its shape. I'll do that now. I just don't want it to be like fully round, essentially, on the pole. And there is going to be some grassy area, kind of like I have up here. But most of it's going to be desert because how I'm having the world designed, how the planet moves, essentially, this is always going to be in sunlight. Always. And likewise, what's above here is always going to be in darkness, and this is for later on. Way down the line in a campaign. Just gonna have a quick drink. But mostly this is just going to be it's a world map, so it's not going to be as detailed as I can make it. But then I'm going to essentially have a continent map for each of them, so I can do more detailed work. So I'll have a map that's literally just this, or just this, or just this. So that I can add proper towns and everything, and cities. But for now, you need to start somewhere, so designing the world itself is a good opportunity. Okay, let's sort out the desert. What desert stuff do we have? We have desert mountains. Brown mountain. What do you look like? Okay. Literally just a brown mountain. Green mountain. I honestly don't think there'll be any mountains here. No. I just want to see what they're like. It's probably mostly going to be sand dunes, which is probably going to be under like hills. Dunes. Okay. Fair enough. Let's delete you. Actually, I could probably put them down here as like a crossover. Why did the size suddenly get so small? So that's 45, 55. It's one thing I don't understand sometimes. The size seems to change dramatically. Oh, there's one right there. Okay. Oh, probably a different dune. I don't want an abundance of them. Let's go back. So that I don't want an abundance of them, then I place more of them. Yay! These are a little bit nicer than the huge ones, these ones. Okay, that'll do for now. Oh, that's way too dark. In fact, that's a good thing. Trees. Palm trees. Let's have terrain subtract. It's a little inland, I guess, lake, Great Lake at this point, at this size. I bought palm trees. Do I want any other tree types? Probably not, because they won't match. Oh. And then let's go back to hills. What's in nature is clouds. Oh, that's what I wanted. Opacity. Just make them a little bit fainter. And then of course this area is going to have a beach. We have all sand and then just sort of like a verdant oasis type thing in the middle. Which hill were you? Okay. I do want to change something about the green and nothing in there. Because I don't want to put any like major locations other than landmarks. So let's have a look through everything. Floofy beige trees. Ooh, caves. Caves could be fun to add. I like the fact that they give you heraldry stuff as well to play around with. Opacity up. Right. Let's put you over here. And then let's bring these to 4. Okay. And then shrink you way down. I just have some maces sprinkled in. Don't really want that one because it's a duplicate of the one next to it. Okay. Right. So, in keeping with the theme of what I wanted, Earth, because I'm having the different locations. Earth, fire. Although this could be wind. I'm going to make the dwarves earth. You can start underground. The wind could be here for sandstorms, essentially. Ice could be literally anywhere, but let's put you up here. I may change the location. Water, I can start you anywhere. I do need like an underwater nation at some point. And they will either be around here or probably around here maybe. Lightning is a tough one. I might just have an area that is just like kind of like the Thunder Plains in Final Fantasy X, just constantly lightning strikes for whatever reason. And then I'm probably going to have like the human location as light. Darkness, technically I could have the other side, but I want it on this side somewhere. Basically, these are going to be starting locations for the campaign. The party will roll randomly, and that's where I start you. No, that's a good idea. Darkness, Earth, Wind. So Earth is desert, which is easy enough to understand. Darkness, underground, dwarves. Dig too greedily and too deeply. Wind, I can literally start them in the sky on like an airship. Yeah, that's what I would do. It's just lightning I need to take care of, and I think I'm going to have light as like the human settlements. They might be like very religious. Yeah, let's do that. Let's sort out... I'm going to have lightning down here. Yeah, I know how to work this. Okay, so yeah, lightning's going to be there. Wasteland, essentially. I wish this texture tool wasn't as blocky. And I didn't have to go over it again. That's my only criticism, but I like it being able to fade a little bit. Yes, let's save. You keep reminding me to save, so let's save. Why not? So this area is legitimately just going to be under constant lightning strikes. Do they have any lightning? They do. Big. I'm gonna rotate it and shrink it down even more. There was more lightning strike stuff. But I have a lightning train. Yeah, no, I just want lightning. Oh, it has 3 different versions. My bad. Might want to rotate these two a little bit and join that point up a little bit better. Okay, so lightning planes, thunder planes, whatever you want to call them. Now I need something to decorate. I need just normal rocks rather than rock. Small rocks. But they're not as big as I wanted. I want mountains again. If I don't have that. Yeah, no, let's just continue placing these. I want the lightning strikes all at the front. Okay. Lightning, 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 lightning. Lightning, lightning. And that's all of them. Measurement, no. Shrink them down a little bit. Another very inhospitable land. I don't want you as part of that. Yeah, let's make you all 3 still, and then they're 4. No, they're 5. There we go. And dead trees, please. That are tiny. How big did I have them? They are 84. Okay. 84. Oh, I really need those to be behind. Damn. do and do and do and do and do. Let's do some trees around here. When in doubt, place more trees. And then, of course, gonna have some of these mixed in. Add a little bit of colour, and then I'm gonna do the pine trees as well. Add a little bit more colour. Then I'm gonna change the ground underneath it. So brush tool, I want no, that's way too like turquoisey. I need like this but darker. I like how this is swamp green, but it works better for this sort of colour for me. A more grassy area. And then bushes. These. And then I do need some hills. Just interspersed, and then up here. Not you though, you're way too big. This isn't going to be like a mountainous area because of these. I don't have any clouds yet. Should probably wait until the very end to do the clouds. Although I could probably put some up here already. And then I could put some down here, but I would need them to be darker. It's just going to be constantly erupting place. And I think I'm probably going to have gnomes around here because there's... I'm going to copy like the races of Galarian. I'm going to have the main ones be... Well, excluding this, but I might have like monstrous races as well come from here. But the dwarves, the elves, I'm going to have gnomes come from here. And then I've got halflings and humans. Humans are going to be here. Halflings might be on the same place, to be honest. Then the other one would be half orcs. But I can have them interspersed with the humans and half elves. Although the half elves will probably be with the elves. In fact, let's just add some text. I've not actually done any of the text editing yet. Ooh. Okay. That is one hell of a curve. Spacing line height. Okay, let's just add this in. Elves and halflings. I always press enter. Duplicate. Wolves. So it's a bit easy to see. Duplicate. Humans. I can change this later on. It's just for my own benefit. Gnomes. Well, I hope you enjoy your breakfast. I had pizza from last night. So I still need a place for halflings and half orcs. I could, because of the location of them. Movie, please, thank you. Have the half orcs around here with humans having colonized part of this, and have them at war with actual orcs. And the halflings can be... I'm debating whether to have the halflings just come from like an island and be isolated and happy, rather than a full continent. How do you have a deconstructed omelette? If it's a deconstructed omelette, you just have like a slice of cheese and then the omelette. Let's just add some more trees here. They're a little bit big, I think. Maybe not? Aren't these like 80? Yeah, 84. Fair enough. Touche. And scrambled eggs. They have another world tree. Oh, we have simple... Oh, they are really simple trees. They actually might have been better on here than the actual trees. But it's too late to change it now. I'm just going to add more trees over here. They're elves, they would look after all of the trees. It'll probably only be the half elves that screw it up because of their human side. I need them to be that. No, don't want that. I do want like a much darker version, like much darker. It adds like some shading. I know I don't need to do stuff like this, as it's a world map and I need to save that for later. Well, the thing is, the way that I'm doing it is they will be on all different continents. It's just, this is more for a point of where their race has started. That makes sense. So, like, even on the human location, there'll be a lot of elves, a lot of half elves, a lot of dwarves. It's just, this is where they originated from, and then spread out. But if, in case you missed it earlier on, how I want to do the campaign is basically how I wanted to do my last idea of a campaign that I didn't have time to do. It's going to be an isekai, essentially, because why not? Basically, every player's character would come from another world, essentially. But they would be reborn into this. Not from a child, just literally, bam, you're here, you're an adult. You have starting gear, whatever. There's more. There's going to be more to it, but that's the basic gist of it. But they could have come from anywhere, any world, any rule book. So their characters already have a backstory, not from here. So they might do things differently to other players. Like, you could have come from, say, like, easiest way to translate this across, you could have come from D&D, which would be easy to sort of come into a Pathfinder game. You'd have an idea of magic and everything. Another player could be from 40k. They would still be restricted by all the classes in Pathfinder and everything and all that information. But they might be scared of all the people casting magic really, really easily, because the only people that sort of do that type of thing are psychers, and things can go wrong. The only caveat is everyone has to have died in their previous life. That's the only thing, is how I want to do it. And then even I don't know where they will start. Yeah. I think as long as the players are mature enough to not go completely insane with it, it could be fun to deal with it. Like, as I said, you could have someone that was previously an orc in 40k and they're reborn as a half orc, and now they're part pink skin. Or they're just murderous and want to fight. Well, not murderous, they want to fight the biggest challenge to a certain degree. And it would be the party's chance to be like, no, stop it. We're all of equal strength. We can kill you very easily if we gang up on you. But the other thing is, I'm not going to know where they start. I'm going to prepare different starting areas. And then when they do start, the party rolls a d8. And it basically consults the elements that I have, which are always going to play a major part in any campaign I do because I just like it. And it's the whole order of elements thing that I have. So fire melts, where is it? Where did I put it? Fire melts ice, ice chills wind, wind erodes earth, earth grounds lightning, lightning shocks water, water douses fire. And then you have darkness and light that are just opposites of each other. You would roll a d8, and that's where you would start. So if you rolled fire, you would start over here. Maybe. I'm probably going to change it because this might be a very difficult location to start in. But who knows? There might be an easy way out. You might be running for your life to get on a boat. But water can literally start on a boat. Wind could start in an airship. Earth, you would start in the desert, but it'd be easier for you to... You'd probably start closer to here. So you'd be easy to get to some civilization and not die of starvation or thirst. Likewise, the lightning, you can move elsewhere. The only ones that I'm a bit concerned about are the ice up here. The darkness, you would be near dwarves. Fire is my only concern right now. I'm just going to move that out of the way. Oh, that's awesome. So he's in his own isekai. Great. So now I just need to design 3 more continents. But how? I might just have another volcanic area near here. Maybe. To satisfy the fire now that I've thought about it. But I might also have the ice spread up here. You know what? Fire is going to be down here, and I'll put a volcano here. That'll be fine. Then ice I will have over here. Just have a frozen area where they can start and then make their way to a half-orc settlement, maybe. Have the actual orcs over here. So these two, funnily enough, will be fighting each other, and the whole reason that there's half-orcs is because of actual orcs probably raiding human villages. Like, some areas are going to be rather cutthroat, because I think orcs are brutal, warlike humanoids. Yes, okay. And it sort of makes sense that, to me at least, that humans would want to spread out and colonize. Let's save, because I have made 800 changes apparently without saving. Oh, sorry, I'm muted. Yes. I nearly always forget that, and I have a big sign on my stream deck saying, "Hey, you're muted." Yeah, I think I'm gonna have fire here because orcs always make good like starting bad guys. So I'm gonna have fire both here and ice here, so they're relatively close. And then halflings, I'm probably gonna have this entire continent to themselves. Like all the small folk will be located here, or originate from here, I should say. And then humans are gonna start in the center so they can easily like colonize everywhere else. Yeah, I am talking. Hear me. Wait, I'm muted. Damn it. So yeah, I think that makes the most sense to me, having humans in the middle. Definitely, because they will want to spread out. Because they're humans. They're the cancer of every tabletop RPG. Unless it's 40k, then that's probably Tyranids or Necrons. So yeah, I'm going to have orcs over here in both fire and ice areas. Because it would make sense to me, at least, that they would be able to withstand both. Or they would want to train in both of them. So, I need some mountains to go with the volcano. Unless I just have one volcano and screw it and basically have this lower. Actually, you need to be 2 in front. This small volcano. And then did it swap to the green one again? Yeah, it swapped to the green. Oh, I know why. See through. Or at least I thought it was. Yeah, it's a bit weird. I think with gnomes, it's a little bit sort of easier with these types of gnomes. Although I think for them, having them as I want them in, having them with the lightning sort of makes sense because it's a lot of adventure for them, something interesting. I'm not even sure the bleaching is still a thing for them. Yeah, fitting all them in, like catfolk, you could just put them in a jungle. Likewise with any birdfolk. Kenku maybe not as much because they don't fly. You could put them up in mountains, like with the harpies. Kenku, you can just literally fit them in. Like, yes, they're in the seedy underbelly of the world because they can counterfeit most things for you. They're very good at that. But I mean, with Pathfinder gnomes, it's kind of a bit weird because they essentially have forest gnomes, but they always want to find something new to prevent their own bleaching. If bleaching is still a thing, it might not be. They always want something exciting. Lightning's exciting. Just removed halflings completely. Which it's annoying because at the same time, at least now we have like Lord of the Rings movies as references, as like, oh, this is halfling life. Just stick them out in the sticks and they'll be happy as long as they can farm. Why are you giving me such a dark mountain? I don't have it filtered. Well, why aren't you giving me a dark mountain? I'm guessing it is because it's mostly see-through, but then it just paints it green. Oh god, no, I don't want to do that. Is it really because of the ground? Let's try that. Let's change you to that. Yes, it is because of the ground. It says dark mountain, but then paints it green. It's like, why? Although I don't mind so much with this one now, because it is going to get a bit green. Okay. Then we need to take this, just paint it a little bit, but I do like a little bit of the green now. Now it's away from the volcano. Then some dead trees close to it. Put them in the front layer. Oh, they're really small trees. Want them about 80. And start having the actual trees. Yeah, I just like having colour, like more colour. Like, this won't be the final outcome, and it'll all have their own little locations. Probably like there'll be a forest, say over here, but then there'll be a gap, there'll be a forest, etc. It's just, I like having it a little bit colourful. Do want more trees over here. No, don't want them trees. I always select the wrong one. I just have a problem. It has to look not all the same to me, which is a problem at times. But I don't mind. Like even just adding the bushes, don't need to. It's like filling up all the shelves in the Dungeon Alchemist map that I made. Didn't need to do that at all, but I knew they were empty. And that's a problem for me. But it also gave me ideas if I run it. Because then I could be like, oh yeah, this is on the shelf. This is on the shelf. Like even over here, this is probably going to have a town here, but it's not shown on this map. I may add in the major shipping lanes and stuff like that that will show you where a town might be. Oh, well, not a town, a city, a port city. Let's save. And let's finish over here. I want hills, hills, hills. Dark hills. Nope. Green hills. I think the best thing about Inkarnate is the fact that it has randomized stuff or placing, or essentially just painting all these in. It's really nice. No. Place you at the back. And then ice. It swaps over. This is mostly going to be hilly terrain. The orcs will come down from the hills. I do want more mountains here though. So let's do mountains. These are green mountains. They don't look as green as what the others were. I'm going to delete that one. Yeah, I can't wait until I get onto designing adventures. I'm mostly just building locations at the moment. And then we'll see where we go from there. Hills. Let's do some barren hills over here. To go with the mountains. The day and night cycle for this place is also going to be very weird because of how I'm planning on it. Because the only way that I could think of for how I want to run it is... Okay. So hear me out. It's a sphere. This is essentially the North Pole. I wanted it the South Pole, but I basically started making this on the wrong side. So this is now the North Pole and this is the South Pole. The North Pole is going to be in darkness completely. It's facing away from the sun at all times. Imagine this is facing the sun at all times, this point. And the entire planet is spinning around this axis. So it's spinning that way. And then there's going to be a moon that's sort of tide locked in the way. So it doesn't catch this, but it catches everything else as this spins. So that's how night appears. Essentially, it's an eclipse that causes night. And because of the angle of where the moon is, it basically casts a shadow that goes around and then loops back around. And that's the day and night cycle. It's the only way I could think of doing it how I wanted it to be, to make sense that this would all be in darkness and there would be a massive ice wall. The whole reason for the ice wall is eventually you may be able to go onto the other side. And then that's a whole nother adventure. Way down the line. You could always try and go there then, but I wouldn't advise it for a very low level party. But there's a whole reason behind it, but I'm not going to explain why. Because that would be spoiling. I want that. You overlap too much. Let's move you there. I do want to try this again, but I think that's too bright. Background. Essentially, there's going to be sort of an ice bridge here. Yes, I've made a lot of changes. I know. It's because I'm more or less spamming this click. Party wants to play Subnautica, they can go here, below zero. Then I'll need to do some more here, but this is the landmass and this is just ice chunks. Like, I want like an iceberg, sort of. But I really want an iceberg that's not a point. they're all pointy. Ooh, unless... that might work better for what I want. Some of them you can't resize them in that direction. There we go. Let's do that, do that, do that. It just gets too small. No, I want you probably. Zoom in to make it a little bit bigger. So now we've got a sort of a nice bridge. Okay, do I have more mountains here? Or do I have it forest? I think I have it forest. They need to be... Yeah, that's better. That's not. I'm gonna delete all of them because there's way too many there because I held the button down. I'd rather just click and place. And then go back to you. But yeah, if you also missed it, I opened up some channel point redemptions. I think they should be open. Yeah, you can now name certain things. You can name a continent or a landmark. And I'll be opening up more eventually to name towns and cities and a country and a nation. Also, no joke names, please. I take it very seriously. I'm just crap at names. And it gives something extra to do with channel points. You gotta save you to force me to play something else. I also did scale them up depending on what, like, name an NPC is fairly cheap compared to the rest, and then as things get bigger, they get more expensive. uh, Other trees. I need frozen trees. There we go. And then pretty much nothing else survives further up. Maybe. When it comes to the plants. Okay, now I need to get a little bit. Oh, I'm on the background. There we go. Just add a little bit of darkness to everything so it's not all the same color for the earth. But I need grey for here. Actually, no, I need very dark for here. Maybe. Purple. No, I wanted that. Don't know whether I want that or dark. Because I do like, maybe like have an obsidian mountain range. Two to go. Save. Or do I want to just quickly add more trees here? Okay. Humans are gonna be fine for the most part. Probably not many mountains, maybe like one or two. What do you look like? Add a little bit of difference. I think you might have been better. No. Okay. Hills. There's going to be a few hills. Ooh, could have done them mountains. Really, really small mountains. No, I said there's only one or two and end up with like 4. But the humans are essentially going to have the best of all the worlds. Like, there'll be enough mountains essentially for them to go and get metals and ores and things. Not too many hills, but enough hills for other things. And then they're going to have a decent amount of forest for all the wood that they would need, because they are going to be the colonizers. And I have no idea what I'm going to do for the halflings. But I'm probably not going to... Well, let's have a quick look, because I have like the wiki open. Halflings. Yes, they are. But it makes sense, right? They always want to expand because they're the most capable at surviving anywhere, essentially. They adapt really well. Yeah, even reading through it, not much is too known about the halflings and where they came from and everything. Anyway, let's get back to placing trees. More trees. Yeah, I tried both of them, although there's another one as well that I noticed. And of course, the elves are going to live there. The funny thing is, the world tree always reminds me of Final Fantasy XI more than anything else, more than like potentially Avatar, because they more or less have a world tree. Because the race that I played in Final Fantasy XI, the Tarutarus, who are now the Lalafels in Final Fantasy XIV, came from a city called Windurst, and they had a big old tree. And it was called Heaven's Tower. You could go inside it, and that's where they had all of their government officials, essentially, or the Star Sibyl. It was a Tarutaru with very, very long hair. I'm going to delete you. Actually, I'll just move you. No, I'll delete you. So you just went behind. Ah. Yeah, there's definitely a few of them that do. Trees. Oh, I missed these. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, there's cliffs. Why didn't they show up before? Like, rather big, because I wanted... I wish I could paint in cliffs. Really do. No, I prefer what I had. I may put cliffs elsewhere. I could put some... Such an awkward shape. It'd have to be somewhere like there to fit in. Oh, there are multiples. Oh god, there's 24 of them. Ah. Some of them I wish there were... Oh god, now I can't select it. There we go. I'm going to keep that. I don't mind how that looks too much. I can do it better elsewhere. Yeah, Yggdrasil. Paint in some different color. Even though you can't see it because of all the trees. I do want to use... Where was it? One of these down here. I'm not sure where. I might move them up. Have a big old crater. I do want to change it though. No. Oh, that could be decent given the colour. So we have a big old crater. It will make sense elsewhere, potentially. I realise this doesn't make too much sense unless I can move the entire thing, but I don't think I can select the background. I'd love to just be able to move all the landmass up as well. But I don't think I can select it. Okay, halflings. They're not going to have any mountains, I don't think, because I don't think they would do too well with mountains. Hills, sure, because hobbit holes. But I don't think the Galarian ones use them, but that doesn't matter because this is my world. So they're gonna have hobbit holes. A fast travel system for halflings. Hobbit hole. Hills. Green hills. I don't know if I'm gonna have delete. I may have just more like lakes for the hobbits. Because I don't have a lot of lakes in places. So let's just delete all of those that I just placed. Okay, go back to adding hills. Probably could have left these ones down here. Yeah, I think what I'm doing from this campaign is I'm gonna have essentially a bunch of maps in Inkarnate that I make for like regions and continents and maybe even towns. But then when it comes to battles, I'm gonna do battle maps in Dungeon Alchemist because it does all the settings, all the lighting for me. That's the main reason. Oh, I've been drinking and stretching, don't worry. Usually I mute myself when I do it, which is why most people don't hear. And then I forget to unmute myself, and then they just don't hear me. And I'm doing this all the time. Whee! Okay. Wanted some of the red ones. Just add colour a different way. I think most of the hobbits are going to be living in like hobbit holes, but there are going to be some forests, some proper cities that they've built, or the humans have helped them build, or the humans have forced them to build. Because we're British. Okay. I'm going to put in some barren ones as well. Because I just like the different colours, just to separate things a little bit. But it's mostly going to be trees from here on out for the hobbits. The hobbitses. There. And there. Okay, trees. No, wait, there's a Valentine. Oh, God. What decorations? Ah, okay. I don't actually have a place for a jungle. I don't think. Might have been better to give the gnomes a jungle. Or this a jungle. I can change that later. For now, let's just place trees. But I think I'm going to do more of this tomorrow as well. And I will work on... Well, I don't know whether I'll work on like maybe finishing that town that I started in Dungeon Alchemist or working on a zoomed in version of one of these. Probably the human one. To be honest. Just so I can learn how to do others. Yeah, all that makes sense. Basically, zoomed out region maps, countries, nations, world in Inkarnate, Dungeon Alchemist for the combat. Because it's already a grid system and it does the lighting for you. When you import it to Foundry. I also have to say I really love how Foundry and the Pathfinder 2 system that they have in their works just has everything already for you. Like everything. Like not even SRD, the full thing. Although I think that technically is SRD for them. Because Paizo are a lot better in that regard than Wizards of the Coast. Who knew? I placed a tree in the ocean. That's fine. Essentially, there's going to be so many trees and hills because the hobbits themselves, because their size, they don't need a lot of the trees. So a lot of them will just still be there. That one. And then add some colour. Probably not a lot of these around. I think that'll do. Maybe add some bushes. Oh, I don't have them in still. Yeah. For me especially, like I'm probably gonna have a port town here, but I might have one here or here. Or both. For the humans especially. In fact, subtract you. Yeah, I have airships as well, but it's mostly going to be shipping lanes. Or for some of them, probably teleportation for the magically inclined races. I think we're pretty much done. Other than naming them. Because the ice shelf I could probably do something else with, but oh, nice. So I'm counting this as a continent. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 8 continents, which funnily enough aligns with all the elements that I have, but they're going to be in different locations. Yeah, distance is going to be a thing. Like, if this is scaled to the Earth, going from here to here is a lot. Like, it really is. Okay. So I've saved it. I'm going to save it again just to make sure. And then what other options was there? Resize map, new map from region. Let's can I duplicate? Clone. Yes. Copy. So then I have a backup. And then let's get the copy. Load you up. 24,000 miles across. Yeah. That's a lot. Although mine's a bit weird because of how it's going to be curved. Like, the equator is essentially here, just below this ice shelf. Let's try this again. Well, a new map will be created based on the selected region. Here's what happens when you click save and proceed. Your current map will be saved automatically and the current editing session will be finished. A brand new map will be created based on the area that you selected. The selected area stretches beyond the boundaries of the current map. Empty spaces will be filled with the default water and land textures. For a new map, remove all objects outside of the selected region. See what happens, because this was from the copy, so I can only mess the copy up. But it didn't ask me for any other dimensions of the map. Like, resize. You are already seeing a resized version of your map. If you want to resize again, please save the map first. Okay. Save as your rectangle, it is. Resize. Oh, it did resize it, I think. That's 2,000 width and height. I do want to delete all this. Goodbye, humans. Wait, no, it didn't have anything else down there. Good. Subtract. Goddamn Hoomies. Pink skins. Save you. Then return to my maps. Oh, it's going to return to the old one. Yes. Edit details. Oh, okay. Aspect ratio 1024 by 569. I wish it told me like the exact dimensions of the map. So then I knew exactly what I was working with, other than having to measure it. So yeah, it did make the export really, the copy really big, which is what I wanted, the zoomed in version. Cancel. So this what I dragged over got scaled up to this size. Just from dragging. Cancel. Oh, there we go. I was like, is it not letting me look at it properly? Because the icon of the cursor didn't change. Save as a clone. Human territory. Good. If I could spell. If I could spell. I think I'm going to export it as well. Export as image. But I'm going to change scene just to double check. So nothing else shows up. Oh, I can just do it like that. Never mind, I'll go back. If I click to export, it gives me that resolution. I just didn't want to open any Windows options, any folders, just in case anything gives me away, which I don't think it will, but can't be too safe. And then this is 2000, yeah. So it just sized it up, which is what I wanted. I also just realised, where's the text for halflings gone? I accidentally delete it. I'm gonna rename this back. Gnomes. And then I'll leave that as actual orcs, because that's funny. Save, although this is the clone. I'm fairly sure. And resize. Select you. Then we save as halfling. Sorry. Okay, I think that was everything in there. We go cancel, save it in case. Now go back to the old map. Do the same thing. Yeah, that'll do. I can always change it. Save and proceed. This is just to set up for whenever I get back to this. Might be tomorrow, might not. Save. No. Control and V. So I don't have to keep spelling territory. And then we go back. I've done all of these. I just need the half orcs, and then dwarves, and then this, and then this. Okay. I'm going to include the top half for this. Probably don't need to. Hi from Germany. I'm from Britain. I'm just creating maps. How are you? I hope you are well. Guten Tag. Save. Orc territory. I put a space in there by mistake. I'm probably not going to be live for much longer because doing another map is probably going to take me longer because it's going to be more detailed. Go back. But yes, welcome in. I hope you're doing well. And then we need the dwarves. Resize. Also, I'm really, really glad for Inkarnate. This is a really good tool. Yeah, I always try and homebrew at least a world. As much as Galarian and everything else from Paizo is pretty nicely put together from what I've looked at, I always prefer having my own world because then I can change things as I see fit. Dwarf territory. Go back. And then... Oh no, not and then. There's still another thing to do. But yeah, I do like homebrewing things, but I try my hardest to balance them. Because there's a lot of homebrew out there that is terribly balanced. Or just a lack of balance completely. I also like how it does scale everything up as well. So it's really good detail on this. So you can really get in there and edit. So now we just need the desert. Technically the South Pole. Same seed. And then subtract this off. I need to delete the trees that are now in the water. Goodbye. I'll move you up there. And save. The South Pole is a desert. It does make sense, don't worry. Also the fact that it's a desert. And always in sunlight. Actually, I probably should just return to the maps, see what we've got. World map. And then... Oh yeah, the copy. I was like, that's one extra. I do want to edit this though, because I think I deleted something off of it. And then I'm going to remove the... I'm going to delete the clone that I made. Yes. I didn't. I did delete it. Flings. Save. And where's there it is. Delete you. Yes, delete map. So now we have the main world and then all of the other continents except for the ice shelf that goes around the planet, just above the equator. And I think I'm probably going to call it there. So thank you for checking this out. I'm probably going to do it tomorrow as well. But it might not be this. It might be working on one of these smaller maps. It might be going back to Dungeon Alchemist to finish that town that I was building. But yeah, thank you all for being here. I'll find someone to raid, and I already have an idea who. Yeah. So I'm going to actually do a raid message this time. Because I think it's going to be hilarious. I just need to type it. Although it's only going to be one for subs, unfortunately. Although I could make one for not. And we're going to go and raid KG. Because whenever I raid him, his ISP always craps out. He's playing Dismantle today, which is a pretty good game from what I've seen. I wonder what default icons can I use? I could always probably do like the high. Yeah, let's just do the high for a default one. Or the higher. Yeah, let's just do that. Copy this. Sometimes I really hate where it places things to reply to message or pin message. There's a default one for you. For people that don't have thing. But anyway, let's go and raid KG. Thank you all for being here. Hope to see you all tomorrow. Goodbye.